Let's take a look at some of our national and international headlines for this Friday morning. It is July 21st, 2017. And if you've been following the Yellowstone area and all of the earthquakes around this supervolcano over the last couple of months, you'll realize that they have now reached 878 earthquakes in just the last few weeks. The scientists are now wondering when exactly this volcano is going to blow. Part of the issue, of course, is that if the Yellowstone supervolcano goes off, it's going to be bigger than anything that we've seen in, well, quite a long time. Some saying as much as 70,000 years or so. It's the kind of thing that is going to affect life all across the planet, but especially the United States, because all of the crops in the Midwest are going to get covered with a couple of inches of ash. It's likely to cause global cooling in a very sudden and precipitous way as it blocks the sunlight coming down onto the planet. And, of course, there's also the whole issue of the actual lava and whatever else other damage that might be caused. So, in light of all this, is it something to be afraid of? No. It's something to be prepared for, because whether we're talking about a volcano or a nuclear strike from some rogue state or all-out war, whatever else, there's always ways that you can be prepared so that you and your family will be, if not 100% safe, certainly safer than if you just waited until the last second and do what everybody else is doing and running down to the store and grabbing food when everything is going to hell in a handbasket. So, I use this story as a reminder to stock up on several months, at least, worth of supplies. The stuff that you would eat on your own, not just rice and beans, just something to keep in mind. There's your news. Cecil the Lion's son, Xanda. Son. Well, he's a cub. He's been killed by a trophy hunter. Keep in mind that it was a legal hunt. The lion was of legal age, and he was outside the preserve. So people who are upset about it are basically calling for the preserve to be expanded because now they want an exclusion zone outside the preserve, just in case the lions wander out like Xanda did and like Cecil did before him. There's been a bill introduced, once again, to ban baby boxes in Russia. The allegation is that by allowing people a safe place to drop off their unwanted child, it encourages people to abandon babies. They aren't looking into the fact that without such things, it encourages people to kill their babies. There's a Baltimore cop who's now been suspended after body cam footage shows him planting drugs. Oh, and the body cam, it's very clear as you're looking at it. He places the drugs, turns around, goes out, then announces that he's going to be searching the alley, goes right back to where he planted the drugs, and, oh, look, I found some drugs. Now, what this means is that the charges against the suspected drug dealer have been stopped, and now they're looking at a lot of the other cases where he's a witness to see if this has been happening. The chief of police there in Baltimore says, obviously, when people suspect that a uniformed officer is planting evidence of a crime, it undermines the trust in the police. You know, here's actual video evidence of this happening. It's a very serious charge. Turkey is accusing Germany of, quote, great political irresponsibility after Berlin has issued a travel warning saying that they can't guarantee the safety of their citizens traveling to Turkey. This in response to Turkey arresting a number of non-Turkish citizens, human rights activists, who were in Turkey. John McCain has been diagnosed with brain cancer, and ExxonMobil has been slapped with a $2 million fine for breach of anti-Russian sanctions, something that goes back to the year 2014. Have you heard of AlphaBay and Hansa? These are dark web markets. They've been shut down as police have now been trying to throw more people into prison for engaging in illicit sales. These are things that are outlawed in a number of countries. Mostly drugs, but there are quite a number of things that you can get on these dark websites. And it just forces people to move to different dark websites. So there you have it. That's our kind of a taste of some of our news. There are more stories that we don't have time for in this video. If you'd like the full shebang, I do a 30 to 40 minute audio version, which I email out to my supporters, my subscribers, daily at 5 a.m. If you want to be a part of it, hit me up with an email. I'll send you a sample. Steve@radiofreespeech.com.